All right, all right. Good morning, everyone. I'm here today with my good friend Bill Hang with CoreLogic, and we're going to be discussing home visit and what the CoreLogic programs have to offer. So first, we'll see a quick little video about Honey Badger Nation.
This is Honey Badger Nation,
where real estate agents from around the globe come together
to grow, collaborate,
and expand their business.
Where we take our individual fires and put them together and make one big fire.
This is the Honey Badger Nation.
All right, here we go. So if you guys have been watching my video podcasts, you have seen, you know that I usually am interviewing honey badgers, other honey badgers that are in my group. Well, Bill Hang's not a honey badger, but he has some of the same traits that we have at Honey Badger Nation, and that's being relentless, and he's definitely a go-getter, that's for sure. So welcome, Bill. He's the senior executive. Go ahead, you give me your title.
Oh, I'm not big on titles, Ed, but first, thank you for having me. This is exciting. I've been looking forward to this day and to kind of collaborate with you. And I know you've done some amazing things in the industry, so thank you. And I think you're expanding, 3 decades of experience in the South Jersey market. And I remember, going to your office in South Jersey and just had a great time. Every meeting was phenomenal. So thank you for having me.
Not a problem. Yeah. So we're going to talk about, Bill here has had 20 years in the real estate industry, and I've known him for years. As he said, we were at different companies at different times in our careers, and our paths have crossed many times. So he was always in the cutting edge of digital media and what's going on technology wise in the industry, and that's why he's positioned himself with CoreLogic. So so why don't you tell me a little bit about CoreLogic and Home Visit, which is the main program that you're going to be talking about today.
Sure. Can I share my screen real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Go ahead. Go ahead and share it, and then
give me a second here. All right. So again, thanks for having me, Ed. Obviously, this is kind of open forum in terms of just sharing some information. I think that can help your business, and really, we're in a very competitive market. We know that, and one thing what I've been able to do over the last 20 years is really see the ups and downs of the market, the trends in technology, and really the marketing side of it too. So I got my start very early, and if you think about the internet really hasn't been around for a long time. I mean, it feels like forever. It's like we can't live without the internet, but really the explosion of the internet world kind of happened 20 years ago. And that's when I got my start in understanding the consumer behavior, right, online, what they expect. And that's changed to now. I mean, fast forward today, it's really grown rapidly. And we have to, as you mentioned, have to stay in the cutting edge and really, and when you do that, you're providing a great service to your clients and really growing your business. So I got myself aligned with one of the most credible companies, CoreLogic, which has been in the back end of real estate in terms of data and property intelligence, and just providing accurate information so that consumers can go on, and you as realtors and brokers can go on MLS and be able to render searches that really can obviously help your clients make the decision. So CoreLogic is sort of the gatekeepers of the MLS. So we power a lot of the MLSs in the country. We power Bright MLS in terms of some of the integrations there, which I want to talk about, which is really exciting. At the end of the day, CoreLogic believes in improving workflow, improving how you do business. If we can save a few hours a day, even multiple days in your workflow, then you're allowed to focus your attention to other parts of your business. And that's kind of translated into Home Visit as well. When we acquired Home Visit in December of 2018, Home Visit now is now in 26 plus markets. want to be a national powerhouse in full service media technology. And one thing that stands out with Home Visit that I love when I joined, CoreLogic 3 years ago was Home Visit really didn't do any marketing. They didn't spend a lot of money on marketing, but they grew their client base strictly because of word of mouth, but really because of service. So when we're talking about what makes Home Visit stand out, it's really our delivery, our service, our commitment. That's why we still have many of our clients since day one, like the Wilder brothers and I'm trying to think of some other names. Washington Fine Property still using us to this day. And we've helped these small brokerages at that time grow to this behemoth of service and a brokerage serving their markets. So we're excited about that. But Home Visit itself, obviously we're full service. I think that's something that you want to keep in mind when you don't want to spend a good chunk of your morning or afternoon trying to call multiple contractors to get something scheduled. Imagine just the Amazon world of real estate technology and marketing. And that's what Home Visit delivers, Ed. And, we pride ourselves on that. So the other unique thing that stands out with Home Visit is, again, with the CoreLogic umbrella and our technology, platforms like Matrix and Realist and things like that, we recently launched some integrations within Bright MLS, second largest MLS in the country. They've relied on us on some parts of our other data platforms, but now when you go through your MLS, Bright MLS, and you order, you stay in that ecosystem and you have a new listing, you want to get it to the market quickly. Now, simply with these integrations that you'll see inside Bright MLS, you can instantly order photos, videos, interactive floor plans, everything that helps get that listing sold quickly. The best part of this integration, Ed, which is probably this is going to be new to you, is now we're going to save you a tremendous amount of steps. So in other words, the typical situation is you get your photos back from your vendor, your contractor, the next day, 24 hours or 48 hours, whatever it may be. Everyone's timeline is a little bit different. And then you have to click on the link. You have to download those images. You have to save them to your computer. Remember which folder that you saved them in, right? And then you have to re-upload them in the MLS. Yeah. Those are multiple steps that is time consuming. Now with these integrations, what we're doing, we're improving that workflow. So when you get those images back from Home Visit the next day by afternoon, we have the fastest turnaround time in the industry. Because you want to get that listing, you want to come soon post, whatever it may be. Yeah. Now with the integration is when you get that notification that your photos are ready, there's going to be a one-click media upload button that allows you to upload to the MLS and get it live to the MLS as soon as possible, instead of downloading it to your computer or saving it and things like that. So we actually saved a lot of steps there, time. We know time is money. So we're excited about that. So that's another thing that makes us unique. And
so the link, I don't want to interrupt you, but I know you can't see me because you're sharing your screen. So it's awkward. But the link, it's right in Bright MLS when you put your listing in. So if you're putting it in as a coming soon listing and it doesn't go out to the public yet, you can order. You can order from there. Do you know? Or
you can.
Okay, good.
Yeah. You'll see a tab that says Home Visit on the products tab once you log into Bright MLS, and there's going to be more, iterations of these integrations. So we kind of launched the first 2 phases. And then under the public records search, which if you're not using a public record search in your MLS, you're missing out on obviously some opportunity to farm, opportunity to get top of mind marketing and let people know you're still in the business and you're still active out there. But there's a postcard integration there that you can generate an amazing postcard, just sold, just listed, a summary sales, and then send it out through our mail services, having an accurate targeting of your farm areas to let people know that you're in the business. Because if you think about how competitive the market is today, Ed, every conversation that family are getting together, friends are getting together, at some point, I think real estate is going to come up because we know it's a crazy market. It's a seller's market. Things are flying off the shelf, 20% over asking, some cases, 30. It's just insane. So when people are talking about that and they're seeing your brand through the lens of professional imaging, magazine-like imaging, and that's what we deliver. So that's really there's so many things that make us unique, but in our technology, we coined and came up with fusion photography. You kind of see there, right smack in the middle of my screen here.
I love fusion photography. It was definitely key.
And what we're seeing there, and so what we're seeing out there is that because the market's it's really listings are flying off the shelf, as we mentioned. We're seeing agents cheapen their brand by not hiring a professional photographer. They're pulling out their smartphone.
I wanted to talk about that a little bit because that's an interesting comment that you made. Now, you and I, you've been in the business a long time, 20 years. So, this market is temporary. It's not going to stay like this. And when it tightens up, you got to be ready to react. And that I was wondering if people were doing that to start, well, I don't need the photographs because it sells anyway. But I also think that it's going to sell higher with the best photographs and the best marketing, because you still represent the seller and your job is to get the highest and best price.
Yeah, no question. And you're 100% accurate there, Ed. And the reality is a lot of the agents that we're coaching, that I coached, throughout my years, is that, listings stay online forever. How valuable is your brand? Because, when people Google addresses, they go on social media, they go on these other sort of channels, and they happen to come across one of your listings because they live in the community, because they're their searches, and they pull up a listing that has poor quality imaging, photos. There's no real investment in that. They're going to immediately think this agent is not top producer, or they're not, maybe they're new. We don't ever, as a professional realtor or a professional in this space, ever come off that we are not professional, right? Because that's so important. Because
absolutely,
digital trust is one thing that I want to talk about, which is really key today, more so than ever in the last 5-10 years. With the pandemic, it was hard to kind of get out there physically and build that trust. When you have that trust in this space, that's golden, because they're going to come back to you every time because you built that digital trust. But how do we do that? Through these marketing, and obviously that's what Home Visit is great at. It's building that digital trust, elevating your brand, so that when people come across your listing that you sold a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, they're like, wow, this is beautiful. There's a great video to it. And in fact, I'm going to pull this up. Can you see this Compass listing here?
Yes. Yeah.
So one of the things that, again, what we pride ourselves is really be cutting edge. So when you order a Home Visit photo shoot, not only do you get amazing enhancement editing like clear view windows, blue skies, fireplace, flat screen imaging, all included. We don't nickel and dime. We don't have these as add-ons like most companies do still to this day. On top of that, what you're seeing here is one of the most powerful listing property websites out there today.
Okay.
And this comes automatically with every Home Visit photo shoot. The reason why it's powerful because it has the address, so it's great from an SEO standpoint. So eventually, when someone Googles this address because they were curious of what the home sold for, they come up with this beautiful, fully mobile responsive, tablet responsive property website that has all the elements that you ordered in terms of service to market his home. And they're going to be wowed. They're going to build that digital trust, saying, wow, Jennifer here, she seems like she's at the higher end of that professional, spectrum of, realtors. And there is. We got to be pretty honest, right? I mean, we have realtors that just don't believe in investing in their brand when they should. They don't. They rely on the broker too much, and they gotta step aside, get out of that comfort zone, and really build their brand. And we obviously we've been doing that for 22 years. So amazing storytelling videos, cinematic videos, and this fact, Jennifer, phenomenal realtor. This listing sat on the market in 2022. Obviously the price went up and it just sat on the market. And typically listings obviously was going pretty quickly. But once we refreshed this listing, she came to us, refreshed this listing. Not only did it sell within, I think, under 45 days, but it sold 20% asking. Wow. Because she invested in this and she can reuse this or recycle this to show or send to on social media and send it to potential clients and say, this is the type of marketing that we do or that I do. And it allows them to really get a sense of, wow, I'm going to hire Jennifer. I'm going to hire Ed. I'm going to hire Bill Hang, because what they've done is put my home in the best light so that it stands out among the competitors that are out there in the market. So we give little details in videos. Our floor plans are interactive, which sellers love. And when you send this to your seller, they're going to love it. I guarantee you. And when they love you, what happens then?
Immediate credibility, and you get referrals.
Exactly. So I'm going to stop there. I think you had some other questions for me, Ed.
We talked kind of about how does the professional media services help agents succeed in today's market? Well, I think we just kind of discussed that, right?
Yeah, and I do want to, I almost forgot, I want to show you this, because when we talk about, when you ask the question, what makes home visit unique? I want to show you one of the coolest things that we provide to our clients when you use us. So you have an account, just like you have an account with Amazon, Target, whatever it may be. So when your photos are back, your videos are back, you can log in. Obviously, we give you lifetime image rights usage. That's really important today, because a lot of vendors only allow you to use that photo they've taken for that listing. We allow you to access it in your data, in your dashboard, and be able to retrieve photos 2 years from now and create a brochure or create something, or the listing comes back on the market. Right. You can reuse the images unless there's home renovations done to the home, right? But one of the cool things that we have built behind the scenes is when you go to your listing that we have photographed and it's out there, all right, and it's sold, where it may be, there's a link that we have is called View Tour Stats. The minute you click on this, and when you ask the question, what can we do to help agents be successful? Well, we are generating instantly analytics for your listing that you can use for price reduction meetings, or just use it as an example to a potential seller that say, hey, we track everything that's going on online, right? We have an overview. We have traffic sources. Where are they coming from? Where are these buyers are coming from? They're coming from Zillow. They're coming from, NJMLS, Google, wherever case may be. And it'll break down this traffic source from when the time you entered an MLS to when you removed it to sold, right?
Yeah, very cool.
Visitor demographics. And you can break it down by periods of month, visitor demographics, what country. So we know a lot of international investors are coming, trying to swoop up, get a lot of these homes that are on the market. A lot of them is cash buyers offers. So, but you're able to get a sense of where some of these international investors are coming from. You can build some custom reports. So these are all built in, and you'll have a summary of how many views your video within this site, responsive property website we give you, was viewed, the floor plans were reviewed, total photo view. All those things are really helpful for any realtor, any business servicing, because then it allows you to give a little glance into, your activity. So
yeah, that's key.
So that's another great thing that we do.
Right. So in today's market, like you said, it's super competitive, and yet, homes are selling so fast, some people are taking a shortcut. But again, that's just not going to help you in the long run. So you want to be out there. So do you have any tips or advice that you could give real estate agents today in today's market?
Absolutely. I have a ton of tips, but I'll give you my top three. Okay. My top three that's really effective, really easy to do. And it goes a long way. So my number one tip is on your smartphone, which we carry with us wherever we go. We're probably on there, all of us. And if someone say I'm not on my phone, they're lying, right? So they're on their smartphone, and there's something called within your phone, within the iMessage, there's a voice chat feature that allows you to record your voice. So it's iMessenger, allows you to pull up one of your contacts that you've done business, you sold a home 2 years ago, and you send them a voice chat, reminding them that you're thinking of them, that they're home. Hopefully they're settled, their home is things like that. But that voice chat is powerful for a number of reasons. Number one, top of mind marketing. Because remember I said there's a lot of conversation about real estate when they're at dinner table, lunch, amongst their family, friends. So if they get a voicemail message that have, and hearing your voice brings back a lot of memories of when you helped them find that home. So you're saying, hey, Ed, in this voice chat, and you keep it short. A memory came up of when I saw your home. How have you been? How's the family? It's, I'm sure your home is beautiful. Love to hear back from you. Whatever you want to say to just let them know that you care, because in this world right now, hearing someone's voice through that channel is a little bit different because they get a notification, number one. So they're going to say, oh, who's this? Right. And you can do it rapidly. Right. And that's another way to get referrals. So voice chat is powerful. I use it almost every day.
Yeah.
And when someone actually listens to it, because you'll show a little bobblehead of when they listen to it. So
it's funny. You sent me a voice chat after one of our meetings leading up to preparing for this.
It's, we fell in this. I mean, here's the reality. The pandemic has created this mindset that's really ultimately not good, in my opinion. This is my opinion. It's created this mindset that we're not doing what we're doing today, Ed. We're not collaborating with professionals and brokers and really trying to help. I mean, I believe we are born to help others. And if you can't help others, then don't get in their way. Don't talk bad about them, right? So when I think we're coming out, having these type of collaborations are so important for the business. Absolutely. So voice chats is my number one tip. If you're not doing it, I highly recommend you do it. Reach out to all your clients, even friends. Just say hello. I mean, we fell into this texting world, and texting can be construed and it could be misread many times, right? But a voice chat, hearing your voice, is different.
Let alone the autocorrect feature that always messes up your text anyway.
Yeah. So take the time, send someone a hello, and I promise you, they're going to appreciate it. And that's number one. My number two tip is you need to incorporate more stories and videos. Videos have garnered 4 times more amount of engagement, better quality leads. The stats are out there. So I don't have to bore you guys with that. You guys know it, but be that valuable local trusted advisor. You're out and about already. Showcase a couple of restaurants, businesses, right? Help promote your local market. And I promise you, when you tag that business owner, they're gonna appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And it might even give you a discount off the bill. So leverage that, leverage through your network, help local businesses, and they'll go a long way. And the third thing really is, take some pride in your brand, work with a company like Home Visit or any other company that you're but have an option too, because with this short staffing issue, we're not immune to it. Every company has some effect to it. So you've got to have a backup. So we understand you have a great relationship with a local photographer, but they're not full service. Now imagine you're in Bright. You don't have to leave Bright. You can order all your services with a couple clicks and get it back the next day.
That's amazing.
But ultimately, have a viable, credible option, and that's what we are. We would love to be an option for all of you. It doesn't hurt, but I promise you experience the home visit experience one
Absolutely.
time. You're going to see there's a difference.
Oh yeah, I've used them. Definitely. It's excellent.
Thank you.
Back in the beginning, years and years ago, because I've been doing this for so long, right?
Yes, you
Years
have.
and years ago when Fusion Photography just came out, I'm like, what is Fusion Photography? And once I saw it, I'm like, whoa, man, that's a big difference. Huge difference. And
and quite frankly, I mean, there's still some vendors that do 1 or 2 exposures, and that's why their price point is like under $100. But agents don't realize that there is a difference, just like there's a difference in quality of realtors. There's a difference in material. So, so I think that's important to make a note.
Yeah, it's definitely key. So, and you guys have the Matterport and the 3D images and the floor plans and the whole 9 yards. So it's all in one place.
Yes, I think that's a factor that I think you don't want to discount. I think there's a reason why Amazon's successful. I mean, you can go to Amazon and get everything you want, but now with these integrations, which we're super excited about,
that's amazing to know. So all the realtor friends that are out there watching, just all you got to do is click on it right on Bright MLS now, which covers most of our territories of everybody watching. I'm sure you're linked up with some other MLSs too, aren't you, across the country?
We are. We're in 26 major markets. I mean, those are MLSs. We power. I think now it's like 32 MLSs in the country. I mean, we're international from a CoreLogic standpoint, but home visit, we can service. Our self-service is nationally. So you can order our virtual property website that you saw earlier with Jennifer Donovan. You can order that no matter where you are. We can edit images. We can remove, things from interior or out tier. We can power your print game, your farm game. So those are across the board. But in terms of contractors on the ground, it's 26 markets now.
Good. So scrolling across the bottom, we have a text, a discount code. So you want to tell us about that? You can see it right now, right?
Yeah. So thank you, Ed. So yes, I listen. As I talked about having an option, it never hurts. At the end of the day, it never hurts because more and more, even this year, we were discovering that a lot of new agents were coming to us because they couldn't get a hold of their contractor because whether they went on vacation, they got sick. In some cases, they left the business, didn't tell anyone. So then, you're finding yourself, scrounging around trying to find somebody, a vendor, to help service your clients or your new listing. So the scrolling text there is just say, hey, give us a try. We're willing to, give you 50% off your first shoot. There's a number there. If you take your cell phone out, you can take a picture of it. But there's a number there, 215 5.
Hold on, here it comes.
215-595-3690. You send a text "success with home visit" to that. You're going to get an instant 50% discount code that you can save and use whenever you want this year. It will be valid all year. Okay. For those returning clients that have used us in the past, you'll get a different code, but still text "success with home visit" to 215-535-3690.
595, I think. But I'm gonna take this and I'll put this in the comments below. Okay, so that way it stays with the video. So if you're looking for that code, just go to the comments on Facebook and or LinkedIn. I'll put it in there too. So and then you can always contact us. Okay, so you can contact me. Mine's simple: edenglish.me. Okay, you can go to edenglish.me and you can set up a call. You can get my email, whatever you want to do, and then I can get you Bill Hang's information and this coupon code or anything you need. Because, like I said, Bill's always been on top of this technology. It's funny you're talking about, and I don't want to drone on this video here, but you're talking about when the internet started. I remember vividly when the internet started, because I was already in business for 10 or 12 years before that. And boy, it was a big change,
Yes.
and agents were worried that, they're all going to just buy houses on the internet. And it's like, no, that's not the case. You still need people to people service. And and that the technology is just an enhancement.
Correct.
That's where we need to be. That's where we need to be. You gotta have professional image out there. That's for sure. All right. Well, thanks for joining me today, Bill. And if anybody has any questions, just let me know. Put it in comments. I'll be monitoring that, and we can get your questions answered. And if we need to, we'll do a follow-up regarding the Bright MLS enhancements. We could show them live, right, Bill?
Absolutely. Yeah. We're actually running a lot of demos right now in the Bright market. So it's a 15-minute, 20-minute demo. Reach out. Again, you can text to that number. You can, Ed will have my email address. And
I'll put that in the chat too. Is that okay with you?
No, this was great. And again, thank you for having me, Ed. I wish everyone, massive success, but we got to get out of our comfort zone a little bit and start building our brand and leveraging these type of technologies.
You got it. Thanks, Bill. Take care.
All right. You too. Thanks, Ed.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.